Welcome back. I, Dr. Saurav, welcome you all in the last part of attitude, which is your attitude measurement. See, when I talk about the behavior, it's quite easy to judge, to measure the behavior of the people. If I say you just measure a weight of a person, you can easily measure the weight. If I say weight, just measure the height of a person, you can easily measure. But when I say you just measure the satisfaction level, when I say you just measure level of attitude towards a particular product, then it's quite tough to measure this. So here we there are so many methods. With the help of that, we measure basically the behavioral part of a consumer, right? So it could be measured in terms of observation, it could be measured in terms of qualitative studies, and it could be measured in terms of the quantitative techniques, right? So we are going to discuss one by one. When we say observation, it's very simple. You are just observing people. I went to a mall, and the moment the researchers see, I have a list of the product which I want to purchase for monthly use. So I start moving. So wherever I move or whatever I do, so every activity is being judged by the researcher. Even in some cases, research companies have installed certain devices. Like for example, if I talk about the pupillometric camera, if it talks about the movement of your pupil just by understanding, but just by going through the movement of your pupil as a part of your eyes, researcher can understand your attitude towards a particular product. Then I talk about psychogalvanometer camera, right? So psychogalvanometer is basically all about measuring the how you hold, to what extent you hold a particular product, right? And how your sensation works, how your nerves starts working. Even that could be measured with the help of psychogalvanometer. So these are the mechanical devices through which you can also measure the behavior of the consumer, right? So there are other methods also. There's focus group. Focus group is I'm just giving you a simple example of what focus group is. I want to do research on, for example, new entrance of Maruti car, right? So I know who is my segment. So I just hired one hotel, and I just in front of a hotel, I just start calling people which comes under my segment, and I just say that. Sir, ma'am, we need your help in discussing a particular advertisement, and we are also going to give you the gift. You're also going to have lunch with us, and also we are going to give you reimburse in terms of your transportation. So only there's a need to give your half an hour time, and once you agree, then 4 or 5 people, or in fact 10 people, come inside and they see advertisement of Maruti, and the researcher says you start discussing, and you start telling in general way, you start discussing about all the aspects of the advertisement, right? All the aspects are being judged by the researcher. So you start giving the positive part, you start giving your negative part, you start giving suggestions in that, so every activities is being recorded by the researcher. Once you complete, researcher comes and researcher says thank you so much, and you just please have your lunch, take your reimbursement, take your gift, and finally just go back to your home. So here the focus group is first thing. Here the respondents are in groups. the first thing which you will have to understand. Second thing, focus means you are going to discuss on a particular topic. So two things are common here. Two things are very important here in focus group. The one is here the group of respondents, and the second is you are focusing on a particular topic of discussion, right? Okay, depth interview is all about like interviews of CEOs, interviews of managing directors, even interview of a salesperson, right? Even interview of a consumer, your experience towards your particular product, right? So when you take interview very deeply, you start knowing everything about the company, everything about the product. That is a part of your depth interview. And the last one is a psychological test. Psychological test is nothing, it's all about your knowing your psychology. Like for example, there is a test called Thematic Apperception test. You used to recall the days when we were in school and we used to pour ink on the paper, and finally we do it in this way, and finally we used to open it. So there was a certain picture which comes out, right? So and people used to ask you, okay, which picture is this? And you say horse, you say is a fox, you say X, you say Y. So whatever you say, basically it reflects your attitude. When you go to the army, you're in army again, the psychological tests are very, very necessary part. They will give you another one called picture projection test, right? So picture projection test is all about going through the picture. On the basis of the picture, you will have to make headline of that particular story. You will have to start the story, and you will have to end the story within a short frame of time. So basically these comes under your psychological test, right? And the quantitative techniques are like rating skills, like for example we say Likert scale, right? If I want to check your satisfaction level, so either I can make 5 point or 3 point or 7 point rating a scale, and on that we mention that 1 is what and the 7 is or 5 is what, and on the basis of 1 to 5 we can easily measure your attitude towards the particular product. So this is your attitude measurement.